Sirianni. Senor, your gauge on talent is fucking putrid, my friend. But we'll see.
Okay, how about this? Is this a fair comment during the Nick Sirianni era? Like you said, we've been here following him. If the team wins, and I think this is the biggest one, if the team wins, Howie gets the credit. If the team loses, Nick gets shit on.
Yeah, he's the dude. It's a tale as old as time. I mean, this is like mobster shit. You know what it reminds me of?
You know what it reminds me of? In KC, when they win,
wait, you know what it reminds me of?
Beats don't get shit on.
It's because they don't have a lightning rod set up. It reminds me of one of my all-time favorite TV shows, The Sopranos. And when the guy in the beginning dies, I forget who was the guy who died? The original boss, the original capo dies. And Tony goes into the corner restaurant.
Carmine.
I forget who it was who died. It was first season. And Tony goes into the restaurant and he says, Uncle Junior, we need a boss of the family. And I want you to be the boss of the family. Meanwhile, he's taking all the shit. He's the lightning rod. Everyone's looking over here. Meanwhile, Tony's handling everything, managing all the capos, doing everything. It's the lightning rod technique. That's what Philly is, man. That's what Philly is. It's a lightning rod, and Nick has become the lightning rod for them. And they like that. And I think Nick is okay with it, to be honest.
Okay. So why
JAKIB Aprile, that's what it was.
Okay, yeah, that's it. JAKIB Aprile, that's right. The kid ended up his son or something like that. They ended up having to kill him.
His son got burnt later in the show, yeah.
Yeah, he had to get whacked. He was also
he was a fucking idiot, Yeah, I gotta rewatch
Tony's daughter.
I'm rewatching it. I love that show. Gosh, are you freezing on me? Yeah, he's frozen. Watch, he'll be back in like 8 seconds.
No idea what's going on today. Got bad weather.
Dude, it's weird. Mine too, though. It's like I pay for this business internet, and like I'll wake up one day and it just sucks. I'm like, fuck is the point?
It's on your it's on your end too?
Not today. It's on your end. I don't know. Mine might not be good either. Who knows?
All right. So let's move over then to Jalen Hurts here. And let's go here. So I just read, and the first big list came out, and this is from Yahoo. Power rankings on quarterbacks. And again, I know it was going to be low. Here's the list here. Got Stafford 1. And by the way, this is based off of 25. Stafford 1, May 2, Allen 3, Mahomes 4, Burrow 5, Lamar 6, Jared 7, Dak 8, Nick's 9, Trevor Lawrence 10, Justin Herbert 11, Jordan Love 12, Darnold 13, Stroud 14, Purdy 15, Caleb Williams 16, and Jalen Hurts 17. This is what this national guy from Yahoo wrote. Jalen Hurts is an average quarterback. He's a below average passer and above average runner. For years, the Philadelphia Eagles have been a stacked football team, and they're stacking wins, but this team just cannot find stability. Hurts is a reason for that. His limits as a passer really prevent the Eagles from fielding a dynamic enough offense to sustain consistency. And this is true despite Hurts constantly being surrounded by elite players. Something has to give either way this coming season. If it's another shaky season on offense and Hurts is again not really playing notable football, we might have to begin to have some really tough conversations. We've already done that here in Philly. But some of us have already been there. Hurts is an average quarterback on a loaded team. What do you make of that perception of how people outside Philly see him? He's not alone in that thought.
Yeah, but I think it's 2 years in the making. I mean, the team had super success, in 2024, and I don't blame Jalen Hurts for taking a back seat there. I mean, you had a historic running season, and then last year they tried to run it back, so Hurts didn't do as much. Now, I think the fair criticism of Hurts last year was when they needed him to step up to make up for that. I don't feel as though he did it to the level that he needed to do it at. So I think that's fair, but look, it's 2 years in the making. They've had a great roster. They had huge success in 2024, and they really did it in a way that didn't ask Jalen to be anywhere close to an elite quarterback. And he was good with that, to his credit. I don't know if that everybody would be good with that. So he took kind of a back seat that year, and you don't reach expectations last year. And I think now people are extra critical of him. I don't think it was that off base what he said. I think it was a little much, a little heavy for me. I mean, he's kind of talking about him like he's not a good player. I mean, Jalen is a good player. He has deficiencies, and some of those are harder to overcome than others. But I do think he's a good player, and I think that was a little harsh. I mean, come on. But I think it's 2 years in the making. It's the team, had a running offense, and it is what it is. The only person who's going to have to correct that is going to be Jalen. I mean, even Jalen's fanboys have to admit, in 24, he wasn't an exceptional player. He didn't have to be. It's not his fault. They didn't ask him to be. They didn't need him to be, but he wasn't. So now with that, success that the team had, people are going to look at that and say, well, they could have done it with anybody, and that's kind of something he's going to have to live with. But at the end of the day, I think he's good with the ring and the glory of the Super Bowl. So I understand where he's coming from, but I think that's where it's coming from. By the way, who wrote this fucking list? Guy sounds like a stiff.
I'll send it to you. Here. Do you subscribe to this? You think Hurts was better in 22 and 23 or 24 and 25?
Yeah, definitely 22 and 23. Yeah, I thought he was fine in 23. I mean, I thought he was overly criticized for 23. Not to say he was perfect. He turned the ball over a little bit too much, but I mean, he threw the ball at a high clip. He moved the offense pretty well. They were a top 10 offense. I believe they had DeAndre Swift that year, if I'm not mistaken. I thought they moved the ball well. I mean, his turnovers ticked up a little bit too much, but I thought he had a good year. And then 22 is obviously he was a freaking great year for him. So, yeah, I think he was better 22, 23 than he was 24, 25.
Okay. What's the difference in them between those 2 years, those 4 years?
Well, personnel on the team, obviously you add Saquon Barkley and you're able to do what he did. But I also think the player has changed. I mean, if you go and I've given this homework, not to give homework to people, but I've said this before. If you find time on YouTube, just go and type in 22 Jalen Hurts highlights. I mean, he was electric. He put his foot in the dirt and just made dudes miss almost every single game. I mean, I remember that one. I think it might not have been 22. This might have been 21, but they were playing the New Orleans Saints late. I think they were in the all black uniforms. And Hurts puts his right foot in the ground, and the defender literally falls down, and Hurts cuts to the left and runs the ball into the end zone around the outside. I mean, it was such a good run. It looked like it was an elite running back, and that's changed. He doesn't run like that anymore. He doesn't seem to have the desire to run like that anymore. I don't know if it's all ability, but like I never saw, and I'd have to go and look at this. I can't remember one time in 22 and 23 where Jalen Hurts slid behind the line of scrimmage. I don't remember one. Last year, and he did that a crap load, which is all right. I mean, he doesn't want to get hurt, and I'm not going to say just dive head first into them. I get that, but it does show you that some of that athletic ability that really allowed him to rise up to stardom in 22 and 23 hasn't been as prevalent in his game the last couple of years.
Do you think he lived up to what Boomer Esiason said about learning how to play with that contract?
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. What are you asking? If you think I think he's done it?
Do you think that since he signed that contract, he's been the same player prior to that?
No, I don't think he's been the same player. I mean, every player changes. That's just kind of how it goes. But no, I don't think he's elevated.
I don't think Mahomes is any different. I don't think Mahomes is any different at all.
I mean, Mahomes had a little. No, because you're missing what I'm saying. I'm saying like every player naturally is a different version of themselves each year. Like Mahomes, when they got rid of Tyreek Hill, I mean, remember there was a learning curve there where he's like, "Holy shit, I got to spread the ball around to guys that I really am not used to throwing it to." I went from Kelsey and Tyreek Hill, to Juju Smith-Schuster and Hollywood Brown. So I think there's just a different version of them now, and yeah, I don't think he's been. I don't think his best years came after that contract was signed. I think that's fair to say.
I've never seen a coach and a player with that kind of success shit on more than any other guy in the NFL history.
Well, dude, you know what's funny?
I've
I don't
never
agree. I don't agree with Prince much about Nick Sirianni, but Prince was saying this, and I saw this comment, and I thought it was interesting. He said, Nick Sirianni is like the Jalen Hurts of coaches, and they both have all this insane success,